Hi team, this is James from Rudius Property Group here. Just going to do a quick video with you guys today on the 4 stages to creating wealth through property. So what we're going to do is start off with the foundation. So every good building, everything that you make should have a solid foundation to it. That's no different with a property portfolio. So what we're going to be talking about here is building your foundation through property. So how you do that is to buy good low risk properties in good areas that are going to get a good rental yield. So what I mean by rental yield is that the rent compared to your outgoings is quite reasonable. So you can do this, you can have a negative geared property, positive geared property, not quite that important depending on how you want to structure it. But what you want to do is have safe, low risk properties in good areas. We personally recommend new properties, so that's what we recommend to our clients. Now, there's 3 different avenues that you can start building your foundation. A lot of our clients are starting to use their superannuation to purchase property to build that foundation up. And your other traditional avenues of building your foundation are saving up a deposit, getting bank finance and building and buying a property. Or you can use the equity in your existing home, do a refinance, and then purchase an investment property through that and use this to build up 3, 4, 5 properties. Once you've got that, you're going to move on to a different type of property. So that's your high cash flow property. So these have a different purpose, and that is of course to create cash flow. So what we're talking about here is your dual key properties and your house and granny flat properties. I'm sure most people know, especially those of you living in Sydney, what a house and a granny flat is. So you take an existing structure or a brand new build, you put a new smaller building on the back, that increases your rental capacity or rental yield of the property, and that creates cash flow for you. A lot of areas you will actually get a fantastic capital gain out of that, so you're getting instant equity in the property after that granny flat's finished completion as well. Another option you can look at is getting a dual key property. Dual key, for all intents and purposes, looks similar to a duplex. However, it's on the one title, and the walls between the 2 units are slightly different structure. So with your dual key, generally you'll have a 4-bedroom or 3-bedroom unit and a 3 or 2-bedroom unit side by side. These rent out for great money. You can have problems every now and again getting it valued by the bank. So that's why we're looking at that as a second stage, because you need to have that solid foundation of low risk, good equity, good rental yield properties before we start taking risk with building granny flats and looking at things like dual keys. Once we graduate from that stage, we're going to move up into the equity uplift stage. So what we're going to be looking at here is duplexing properties. A duplex is when you build a large building, looks like a house from the street, but it's actually 2 units, similar to a townhouse structure. And where we get our equity uplift in there is by splitting the title. So what you do is you will buy a package, a duplex package. The builder packages it all up for you. You take delivery of the property. It's on one title, and then you'll go and split the title and strata it. In New South Wales, there's a lot of places where you can torrents title, but most places. So from there we move into developing. So this is the final stage, and for those of you looking to actually quit your job and move into a property career full time, after you've completed these 3 stages, that's when you're going to be looking at retiring from work and starting your own property company. So the first thing that we recommend people do is engage in a structural renovation. By structural renovation, there's 2 different types of renovation. There's cosmetic and there's structural. So a structural renovation involves taking an existing property and actually adding rooms, bathrooms to the property. So you might take a 2-bedroom workers cottage in Balmain, for example, get a DA done and then add 2 to 3 bedrooms, an extra bathroom, an extra living space, for example. So one of the most important things that we need to look at when we're doing a structural renovation, is it worth doing? Is there disparity in the suburb? So that involves a lot of research. What I mean by disparity is, can I buy something, renovate it, and then sell it at a profit? So a renovated property needs to cover all of your costs plus your risk to be worth doing. So if you, for example, pick a suburb where an unrenovated property sells for a similar price to a completely renovated property, you probably wouldn't choose that suburb because you would lose money. So that's one of the things that we help you do, is to find those suburbs and pick the houses. Duplexing, more duplexing. However, what we're going to be looking at in the developing stage is actually acquiring the land for yourself, going through the development application, finding investors and selling the property off after the duplex is completed. And of course, the final stage is townhouses and units. This is for the more advanced developer, for people who have gone through, built up a solid foundation, got their cash flow, got their equity uplift, they've done a few of these, and then you move on to townhouses and units. So it's a natural progression from one stage through to the next, graduating, of course, with townhouses and units. And that's Ferrari time, guys. That's when you start making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, and it's all through property. So that's your expert level, and that's all from me today. If you want any more information, click on the link below. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and have a great day.